This is one of the largest bonfires in the world, and we're driving across the country to see it. In this video, we drive from Sverd to Stavanger to see as much as we could in 24 hours. The drive from Sverd to Stavanger is only about an hour and 45 minutes, but it is just absolutely flying by because the whole time that you're driving, you have basically Yosemite-like walls that you're driving through. And it's like, this isn't even a national park, but the whole time it's just kind of like gargantuan epic scale. So of course, because it's raining outside, we've obviously chosen to visit a bunch of places outdoors. And the first place that we visited is called Hafrsfjord. And this is actually the site in 872 where Harald Finehair battled the other kings of Norway to unite all of Norway into one kingdom. The sagas tell us that he actually did this in order to achieve a certain status to be able to wed the woman that would not have him unless he was a king. And so he became the first king of Norway at Hafrsfjord, just west of Stavanger in southwestern Norway. Very special location. And these swords are actually replicas that are 10 meters tall, and they're based on swords that were actually found in this area. So it has stopped raining, so we've decided to go inside. So our second visit for the day is the Norwegian Oil Museum here in Stavanger. This is actually the oil capital of Norway. They drill oil in the North Sea and the Norwegian Sea. Oil was discovered in 1969, and we've actually been watching a TV series called Likeland, which means State of Happiness, that kind of catalogs the rise of the oil industry in Norway and its effect on the Norwegian people. So here in Stavanger, the oil capital of Norway, it's an incredibly rich city. Because of that industry, the Norwegian Oil Fund has contributed to a sovereign wealth fund that's valued at 1.9 trillion, which is absolutely staggering. I think it's the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. That is the equivalent or leads to a per capita wealth of around $340,000 US per Norwegian citizen. But the oil industry here is not without its perils. In the 1980s, there was an oil rig that actually had a weld failure and tipped over, leading to the deaths of 123 people aboard that rig. More in recent years, it's had to deal with the effects of hydrocarbons contributing to climate change. And this is something that the Norwegian people are shifting away from. In Norway, you'll find most of its energy production in the form of dams and hydro energy. It rains so much here, and there's so much altitude change between the lakes that are high and the sea below that they can put dams all over Norway that contributes to its energy grid. And therefore, they're trying to switch over their transport system all over to electric as well.
This is the third place we visited here in Stavanger later in the afternoon, and is the historic district, also called Gamle Stavanger. And it pictures how this city, back then a little town, used to look like when everything was based on the fishing and the cutting industry before oil was found in the 60s, and then the town grew and is today a big city, actually.
Okay, so we couldn't leave Stavanger without making a stop here at the Restauration. This ship was actually the first immigrant ship that left Norway in 1825 from Stavanger right here, and it left on July 4th with 52 passengers aboard. Now that's interesting because this ship right here is actually only 54 feet long. It's only 7 feet longer than our boat Easy Day. It's hard to even call it a ship. But it arrived in New York with so many passengers aboard that they actually arrested the captain and confiscated the ship. It wasn't until John Quincy Adams got involved that the ship captain was pardoned, and the fines and the fees that were levied on the owners of the boat were removed. But this was the first immigrant ship to the United States from Norway in 1825. The interesting thing is that here in a couple weeks, on July 4th, 2025, this replica will be leaving Stavanger once again to make that voyage. The original voyage took 3 months to make. We'll have to see how long this one will take, but you can actually follow it on the link below to watch its progress after it leaves here on July 4th, 2025, just in a couple weeks. Pretty amazing. Stay tuned because in the next video, we are exploring Bergen. As always, thanks for watching and consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out.